Imagine your house, strong, sturdy, made of stone, but year after year, unnoticed, silent, a brick falls out of the wall. First a small crack, then another. And one day, walking through the room, you feel the floor slightly sag under your feet, a disturbing sign of a weakened foundation. Just like that, quietly and gradually, as if erased by an eraser, muscles disappear after the age of 60. This is not just old age in the usual sense. It's a hidden degradation of muscles that few people talk about. First, you simply move less. Then it becomes harder to get up. And one day you might trip on a flat surface. What's frightening is not the fact of muscle loss itself, but that the vast majority of older people, even active ones with a good appetite, overlook one key, simple and inexpensive product without which the restoration of muscle tissue becomes almost impossible. This product is often ignored, although it is capable of stopping degradation. Further, we will reveal why even a healthy diet may not be enough, and what specific product stands guard over your strength even at 70, including an aspect that even doctors overlook. Everything in our body is interconnected, and what we attribute to age is often the result of invisible processes. One such secret destroyer is chronic hidden inflammation. It proceeds without obvious symptoms like fever or pain, but for years it undermines the body from within. Scientists are increasingly calling this inflammation the main cause of accelerated muscle loss after 60. Muscles are active tissue, and inflammation disrupts their normal function. It interferes with protein absorption, inhibits the synthesis of muscle fiber, and accelerates their breakdown. The cause of such inflammation is often not injury or infection, but lifestyle and a deficiency of certain substances. But there is food capable of dousing this internal fire. These are omega-3 fatty acids. They act as natural anti-inflammatory agents, protecting not only the heart and joint, but also directly affecting muscle metabolism. They help cells hear growth signals, improve sensitivity to amino acids, and reduce the level of the muscle-destroying hormone cortisol. The main source is fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring, cooked, gently boiled, baked, or stewed, at least twice a week in full portions. An alternative is high-quality fish oil without impurity. Taken systematic, studies confirm that regular consumption of omega-3 increases muscle protein synthesis in the elderly even without training, and with minimal activity, the effect is multiplied. Omega-3 is not just a trendy supplement, but a silent ally and builder of your muscle. Few people think about it, but we lose muscle mass even in our sleep. At night, when the body rests and does not receive food, it goes into energy-saving mode. If nutrients are lacking, especially after the age of 60 when metabolism slows down, the body begins to break down its own muscles to obtain amino acids. This daily, unnoticed nightly deficit can seriously undermine muscle, and even good daytime nutrition cannot always compensate for it. Fortunately, there is a product that works like a night watchman. This is cottage cheese rich in casein. Casein is a slow protein that is digested gradually, providing a stable supply of amino acids to the blood for several hours. It does not cause sugar spikes, does not create heaviness, but nourishes muscles so effectively that it is comparable to sports protein. A simple bowl of cottage cheese before bed, plain, with a spoonful of flax seeds, cinnamon, or berries, but without sugar, can be the solution. Studies show that in older people who regularly eat cottage cheese at night, muscle mass remains stable, even with low activity. This is a chance to give the body building materials exactly when the most important regeneration processes are taking place, preventing it from dismantling the old. This simple habit is like a protective dome for your muscles during sleep. You can consume enough protein, chicken, fish, cottage cheese, but it won't go towards building muscle if the body doesn't receive a specific signal to start repairing. Without this signal, the protein will simply circulate without benefit. This role of the start button is performed by the amino acid leucine. In youth, a small amount of leucine is enough to start the process, but after 60, sensitivity to it decreases, and a larger dose is required. The champion in the content of easily accessible leucine is not expensive supplements, but an ordinary egg, or rather, 2 eggs eaten whole. It is the yolk that contains fat-soluble vitamins that help with absorption, and the egg white has an almost ideal amino acid profile and is better absorbed than meat or fish. It doesn't just nourish, but gives a clear signal, time to build. As for cholesterol, the myth about the harm of moderate egg consumption, up to 2 per day, for healthy people has long been debunked by numerous studies. Eggs can be eaten for breakfast, lunch, added to salad, or made into an omelet with vegetables, protein plus fiber. Regularity is more important than quantity. A study showed that a group of older people who received more leucine with the same total amount of protein showed muscle mass growth. If you eat protein but don't feel an increase in strength, you may be lacking this very start button, which is found in a simple eggshell. A thin, green, almost weightless spinach leaf is not just a garnish, but an important tool for an aging body. It doesn't build muscle like protein, but acts as an enhancer or fertilizer, providing the muscle work process itself with everything necessary. Muscles are not just protein rope, but complex machines that need minerals for contraction, signal transmission, and energy exchange. Spinach is rich in magnesium, which regulates the function of muscle cells. Without it, contractions are ineffective, twitching, tremors, and night cramps, frequent companions of age due to mineral deficiency. Spinach also contains nitrates, not the ones we used to fear, which dilate blood vessels, improving blood flow and oxygen delivery to muscles. Plus potassium, which is often lost when taking diuretic, common in the elderly. Its deficiency directly reduces muscle strength. Spinach is easy to add to an omelet, soup, salad, or smoothie. A handful a day is enough. Its task is not taste, but system tuning, like oil in an old mechanism, so that everything moves smoothly and harmoniously. Take a look into a pot of slowly simmering broth, a slightly cloudy, fragrant liquid with a film of fat. This is not just soup, but a concentrated extract from bones, cartilage, and tendon, a source of substances that are often lacking in modern refined food, but which are critically important after 6 when the body produces them less effectively on its own. We are talking about collagen, glycine, and proline. These substances are responsible not only for the health of joints, reducing pain and creaking in the knees, but also for the elasticity of muscles and ligaments, recovery after exertion, and the strength of connective tissue. Muscles need this rough foundation, this raw material. Real bone broth, not a cube, not instant soup, but cooked for more than 8 hours, is a good old potion that gives the body what it lacks, especially if the joints crack and the lower back ache. It can be drunk like tea, used as a base for soups, or frozen in portions. It is not the main source of protein, but a foundation for strength and flexibility. Each mug is a micro repair for tissue, the result of which, fewer clicks and more flexibility, is felt after a few weeks. When was the last time you ate lentils and perceived them not as a cheap substitute for meat, but as an important product for muscle? They are often forgotten, but in vain. Lentils are a real weapon, especially effective after 60. Firstly, they are a high-quality plant-based protein with a good amino acid profile, providing stable, even nourishment for muscles without spikes. Secondly, they are fiber, which is critical for blood sugar control, satiety, and, most importantly, for gut health, which directly affects protein absorption. Thirdly, they are a source of iron, the deficiency of which is a common cause of muscle weakness in the elderly. Iron from lentils is absorbed gently, especially in the presence of vitamin C, for example, with tomato. Lentils do not require long cooking. Just about 20 minutes are versatile, whether in soup, stews, or cutlets, satisfying but not fatty, and very affordable. While many spend money on dubious supplements, strength may be hidden in the simple in lentils. They work quietly, without fanfare, but effectively, bringing stability to muscle. In the refrigerator, among other products, Greek yogurt stands modestly thick, pure, without sugar or additive. Many use it for a snack, but do not realize its power to support muscles in old age. This is a real protein reserve. It contains a high dose of whey protein, which is absorbed very quickly, within 20 minutes, providing muscles with first aid. But the most interesting thing is probiotic, live beneficial bacteria. They directly affect the absorption of protein and other nutrients. A disturbed intestinal microflora, a common problem in the elderly, manifested by bloating and poor appetite, can negate the benefits of proper nutrition, as protein simply will not be absorbed. Greek yogurt helps restore this chain. In addition, it is rich in calcium, which is needed not only for bones but also for signal transmission during muscle contraction. Its convenience, as it does not require cooking, makes it easy to include in the diet at any time of the day. This is camouflage, a simple appearance but precise action to support muscles and digestion. Aging in itself does not make us weak. Weakness begins when we stop giving the body the necessary building materials, not fashionable powders or gym memberships, but simple, effective products that create an internal foundation for strength. The 7 products described above, omega-3 from fish, cottage cheese, eggs, spinach, bone broth, lentils, Greek yogurt, are your ally. You don't have to eat them all at once, but by choosing at least one and making it part of your diet, you will give your body a chance. Muscles are not about form, but about function, the ability to get up, maintain balance, and live active. And this function requires daily, real nutrition. You are not losing the battle for strength as long as you nourish your muscles. Every spoonful is a decision to be in your body, not in bed, to walk, not to sit, to live, not to survive. Start small and your body will respond.